It's been 3 days since DIY 3 has been dropped, and I have my thoughts on this particular project by Emtee. I like how this element of fusing your past self and your current self is displayed in this album. I feel like we have that greatness of Emtee, that hunger of Emtee that was evident. It has come up at his days where he was peaking. And also, unfortunately, we still have that nonchalance, that repetition throughout the songs on the tape too. I'm just having a good time, killing up a gang. I like that song. I liked it even before the album was out. It was a good song. It was like vintage Emtee. I also like the next song, which features Usaudi. Oh, Saudi, bruh. Usaudi gives Emtee a really, really good verse. And I feel like even that hook worked for Emtee. That hook was really nice. And Usaudi just kills it with his verse. And Nanette too. Nanette does well on Wake Up. She really does a job of singing, but I actually feel more of Nanette than I feel Emtee on that song. Patience was also a really nice song from Emtee. It feels like it has the same subject matter from the last song before that, but it still has its own vibe and its own motion and its own melodies that makes you still enjoy the tape. And the body of the tape is where it really gets straight to it, pun completely intended, because straight to it is really the song that really makes the album a body of work for me. That's when you feel with Emtee, he's tapping into that aura of himself, and you can feel like there's a hunger too, and there's not a nonchalance like the other songs later on the tape. Get Straight to It is really nice. War might be my favorite song there. Yeah, I did it, but I know I could have done it better, or something like that. There's a line like that on that song that I really liked. Emtee really flexes his muscle on being a trap star. That song, War, and the other song, Read the Room. I didn't read the room. I didn't know. Ooh, ooh. You see that song, bro? That's definition of what Emtee represents and the vibe that people like from Emtee. And I feel like on that song, he really taps into that type of Emtee that made Itemba, that type of Emtee that made Manando, but in a different way, where he focuses more on melodies, and these melodies are really catchy and they really also kind of repetitive throughout the tape, but they still do their job. I feel like if the album ended there with the 7th song and not continuing with Oh Blessed and Oh Lil Nigga and also Larry Bird, because for me that's when the album takes a slight dip, I would have kept this album on track 7 or 8, and then the other 9, 10 and 11 songs I would have cut them out, because I feel like they aren't necessary to make the tape. I feel like they kind of like filler songs to finish up the tape. And Amanga is my favorite song of the tape. I give this tape a strong 6 out of 10. What are your thoughts on DIY 3?